Hello, Danny.
Hello.
How have you been this week?
I've been alright.
It's it's been a fucking week.
It sure has been.
Well, before we get into today's topics, because they're a fucking doozy. Anything special happened to you this week?
Um, just got into more Final Shape stuff. Pretty much. That's basically it.
I feel that I just haven't had the money, so I haven't bought the DLC. I haven't bought the expansion. I'm just like, I'm so far behind on everything, it would just be an eternity to try and catch up at this point. So, it is what it is. But,
It is very good.
yeah. Um, okay, so I was debating on how we were going to do the topics. So, for those of you that are watching, hello, hi. I'm Dom. This is Catbox Danny. Welcome back to the Trials of Casuals podcast. I really should start doing the intro, like actually in the intro version, in the actual intro of the video, but fuck it, we're so casual here. Um, but this is probably the first time that Danny and I have actually like talked about topics before one of these episodes, because this week has been really fucking rough news wise.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot. There was some positive stuff at the beginning of the week, but god damn, this week is rough.
Yeah, so I think Danny is, as much as it's gonna suck, I think we should just do the good news at the beginning, and then we can be Debbie Downers for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
And then I can make a clickbait, and then I can have Cryptic make a clickbait thumbnail for us.
Oh yeah, no, this one, the clickbait thumbnail for this one's gonna be an alley-oop.
Oh, bro,
Jesus Christ.
it's so bad. It's so bad. So, Danny, go ahead and start off with the good news.
So, the good news for this week is Nintendo had their Direct and they actually delivered. They opened up strong with a brand new entry to the Mario and Luigi series, bringing it into 3D for the first time.
I saw that. It looked. I'm gonna be honest, it looked a little weird.
Gameplay looks solid though, so I'll give it a pass on that. Like, I'm kind of intrigued where they go with it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of. What's the Zelda game that was on the DS? That where you ran around to different islands on a ship. What's
That
Wind
was
Wa-
the Wind Waker DS. Yeah.
Yeah, the new Mario and Luigi game looks straight up like the graphics are from Wind Waker.
It is kind of like that. Like,
It's
I
very
think they
cell
did a pretty
shaded
good
for
job.
Nintendo, and Nintendo does not do cell shade very often.
They really don't, but I honestly think they did a pretty good job taking the 2D art that Mario and Luigi series had and making it 3D. All things considered.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I guess there is. I do have one other good point. Um, I don't remember if it happened last week or if the week before, and we missed it. Um, they re-released Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Oh yeah, it's very well done. It's
Yeah.
a really good remaster.
Yeah, like, because I saw people playing it nonstop, and I'm like, that's a good fucking game.
Yep.
Like,
All they did, the only changes they made, they added a few more levels, like a few little extras to levels, and also added back sprites for all of the characters.
yeah, that was really fucking cool. But it's the same great game that everyone's played and loved. And again, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is a goated
Phenomenal.
fucking game.
Like, they have, like, no joke, they have actually been on fire recently. Like, immediately after the brand new entry to Mario and Luigi, they introduced Nintendo World Championship NES Edition, which is
Oh!
basically you can speedrun old NES games.
On the Switch?
Yep.
Okay. That's
It's
hype.
actual, like, ghost data support, so you're not doing it online. There's no, like, latency you have to fight to do this. You are literally just doing time trials through different levels in the classic NES games. It's such an interesting idea.
That is kind of interesting because speedrunning is such a niche genre of specifically Twitch and YouTube. Like if you're big in the speedrunning, you know everything about it, right?
And chances are every other speedrunner knows you.
Yeah, because there's not a whole lot. Like, and there's speedrunners that do very specific games. Like, I'm trying to think of his name. There's the dude that does the speedruns of all the Pokemon games at, like, all of the different, like, cons and stuff. That dude's pretty good, because he also did it fucking blindfolded, which is also wild, because he did blindfolded for, I think, Leaf Green and Fire Red, which, by the way, is still fucking nuts.
I still think my favorite is the one that does the Fallout Anthology speedrun.
Oh my god.
Because at GDQ, they have to censor his name.
Oh, because it's offensive.
Yeah, because his speedrunning name is Tomato Anus.
That's fucking amazing. I fucking love that.
He is so interesting to watch do that speedrun because he actually explains how each step of the speedrun works. And for
Jesus.
Fallout, I think it was either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, he had a visual aid to explain how it works. And it required someone putting on 4 different pairs of pants. Fucking love that speedrun.
What the fuck is... Alright, you're gonna have to send me a link to that speedrun, because that sounds fucking wild.
It's so funny.
I saw that there's something new for Zelda, though.
Yes, a brand new Legend of Zelda game where you actually play as Zelda.
Hey!
For the first time.
No, technically you got to play Zelda in Hyrule Warriors.
Well, in a mainline game.
Yeah, I was about to say.
On top of that, they're remaking Dragon Quest III and then 1 and 2.
That's
and
hype.
they're redoing them in 2.5D, like Octopath Traveler.
Oh!
Which looks really fucking cool.
That's fucking hype.
They're remastering Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Let's go. Great game.
Luigi's Mansion 2 is getting remastered.
Big. Love that game too.
Like, they're adding some more games to the expansion pack, like OG Perfect Dark and Turok.
Huh?
Yeah.
Alright, didn't see that one fucking coming.
Literally, I was saying this to someone else the other day. The remake of Perfect Dark and the OG of Perfect Dark being literally, like, announced within a week of each other. It's fucking wild.
What the fuck is Nintendo on? This is
And
so
here's-
unlike them.
Yeah, here's the wildest thing. This is a huge W with Nintendo and Capcom right here. Because Nintendo
Okay.
got to reveal this. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. MVC2 is included in the list of games.
Let's go.
I've been wanting that game for so long. Also, the Punisher game is included in that. They've got a pretty solid collection in there. And
But
it's
yet-
coming to multiple platforms.
And yet, no remake for Melee.
Nope.
No love for Melee. Like, can they really just release the Super Smash Brothers collection and you could just go play whatever version you want on the Switch?
I think they might be working on one for the next iteration of the Switch.
Because, like, as great as these W's have been, I want Nintendo to know that the biggest Smash community is still the Melee community. There's a reason why the game is being played. Hold on. How long ago did Smash Brothers Melee come out? Let me look that up real quick.
It's I think it came out in 05.
Oh one.
Further.
23 fucking years ago, Super Smash Brothers Melee came out. The greatest Melee game ever, or the greatest Smash Brothers game ever created. Like, you can absolutely at me about that on Twitter, at DominiFox1, by the way. Sorry, selfless plug. But, like, it really is, like, Super Smash Brothers Melee is just that fucking iconic. And it's like, I never got the chance to play Smash Brothers on the 64.
Is okay.
But
you could tell it's their first attempt.
I mean, in all fairness, I would love to go back and try it and see how it is without, having to spend $500 on trying to buy a fucking N64 that still works.
Oh, you'd spend more trying to find Smash Brothers than you would finding the N64.
Also true, yes. No, that is also true. So it's like, and here's the thing, right? There are still Melee tournaments, like, nobody gives a fuck about Brawl. Nobody plays Brawl. Nobody fucking gives a shit about Brawl. There are still people playing Melee in 2024.
Like, Melee from the ground up, aside from a few things, is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a whole lot in Melee that's like, okay, that's just super easy. There are a few that usually get banned in tournaments, but, like, nothing too much.
Yeah, and again, like, Melee, I equate every single console with, like, a kind of like a defining period in its time, right? So I would equate Super Smash Bros. Melee to the GameCube as, like, Modern Warfare 2 for the Xbox 360.
I think that's fair, actually.
It's and for those of you that are probably about to go flame me in the comments here, let me explain, okay? It is a game that is so iconic on the console that it was released on that it basically changed the course of it and changed the course of their series and the console's lifespan. Right?
It's a cornerstone.
Yeah, it is a cornerstone game. Like, if you've never had the chance to play those games, absolutely, for the love of God, please do. Like,
They're worth it.
Like Super Smash Bros. Melee for the GameCube, Modern Warfare 2 for the 360, and then what would I even do for the PS2? Because PS3 got no games.
What is, like, the quintessential PS2 game?
I mean, because the problem is that there's, like, so many. Because there was, like, the Tomb Raider series, there was
PS3
Uncharted,
really good games.
there was the Spider-Man game. Well, hold on, was there a Spider-Man game for the PS2?
I'm just trying to remember. Was that the PS2 or was that the PSX?
Oh God, I don't remember. I mean, in all fairness, I didn't own a PS2. I played a PS2 at my buddy's place when I was a kid because I owned a 360. Hell, I own two 360s because I had a 360 at both my mom and my dad's house.
The 360 was just unreasonably good.
Well, yeah, and also the selection of games was disgusting. Like, just absolutely fucking disgusting. And then after that, it all went downhill. But yeah, no. So it's like, But all right, we got to get back on.
Yeah.
We'll wrap this section up and we'll keep going on about the Nintendo Direct. But
Yeah.
the whole point we're trying to make is that's the one thing that I would have loved from the Nintendo Direct is I would have loved to see something about the Smash community, because the Smash community's been asking not for a lot. All they asked really is to be able to play the older Smash games on the newer console and just be able to use and be able to use their controllers for said games. Because technically, I think you can still use a GameCube controller for the Switch, right?
Yeah, you can literally just get an adapter and use it. They actually do make backwards compatibility stuff kind of easy, which, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
they're the one company that actually makes backwards compatibility. That's crazy.
It is, but speaking of cornerstones for Nintendo, they announced a new Mario Party.
What number are we on now?
I don't know because they've taken the numbers out of them. It's a Super Mario Party Jamboree with, here's the kicker, up to 20 players.
Fuck that! Hell no! What is this, a Jack-in-the-Box game? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, 20-player Mario Party. With
My
online.
brother in Christ, huh?
Yes.
20 players? Who the fuck's got time for 20 players to debate making their fucking moves?
I want to know how it's gonna work out because that just sounds so chaotic.
Bro, there's not gonna be enough screen for those fucking mini games.
There's really not.
No, there's not. What the fuck, man?
Other big news also coming from Capcom. Surprise, surprise, Capcom is on a roll as well. They're remaking the spin-off Ace Attorney game starring Miles Edgeworth.
I did see about that. Now, I am not a big Ace Attorney guy. However, I know you are a big fan of Ace Attorney.
And the second one of those Edgeworth games never really officially released in the West. So it's the first time it's going to be officially released in the West and actually officially translated.
Hell yeah. We'll take that.
So,
That's a W.
Yeah. And they even included the option to play it with the original sprites or the updated art models.
Ooh, see? I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Because you know what they did that to as well?
Yeah.
They did that to the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
Capcom's on the fire.
I mean, I don't remember last time Capcom went cold. Because the problem that Capcom always had was distributing and their publishment. Because a lot of the recent games from Capcom released through Nintendo, right? With the exception of I think some being on PC. So, but I mean, Capcom's always had a really good grip on their player base and has always done their best to try and play games, like do their games right and do their communities right. So,
And yeah, they really delivered, and they're still going.
yeah.
And then they've got the brand new Monster Hunter on the horizon for next year.
I know damn well I'm not going to play it. I'm going to be like, oh, Monster Hunter's so hype. I already played Destiny 2. I already play a fucking grind game as it is. The fuck am I going to do with Monster Hunter?
Oh yeah, no, Monster Hunter is so much more grindy. I
It's so
enjoy it
much
'cause
worse.
I like very large sword, but it is very much more grindy. Enough about Capcom though.
Yes, let's
Nintendo capped it off with a bang.
Okay.
After years of development and kind of not a whole lot of information, they actually showed not only a trailer, not only gameplay, but a release window for Metroid Prime 4.
Are you fucking serious? God damn, it's about fucking time.
It's coming out next year, but they actually had a little bit of gameplay in this trailer for it. And yeah, no, Prime 4 is real. It is happening. And it will be on the Switch.
Hold on. I have to do a quick Google search.
It's been in development. It was first announced in 2017.
So the last game for Metroid Prime, well, I'm going to assume, was Metroid Prime 3 Corruption.
Yep.
Do you want to know when that released, Danny?
I think it was like, what, 2010, 2012?
Oh, no. Go farther.
Oh, no. Was it 2007?
Yes!
Oh.
2007! It'll be 50... Hold on. No, let me do math right. 18 years! 18? No. Yes! 18 years! Because if it's releasing next year, it'll be 18 years since the last Metroid Prime game.
So, overall, Metroid fans are eating real good right now because on top of that, you can also, with the expansion pack, play Metroid Zero Mission, I think?
Ah, that's kind of dope. Their expansion pack is kind of like the version of Game Passes in a way, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like their Game Pass where you can play a lot of, a selection of Nintendo classics for just a little bit extra than Nintendo Online, which, from what I've heard, it's pretty cheap. All things considered.
I am curious. How much?
I don't think Nintendo Online is actually very expensive.
For a year, it is $20 for Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable, actually.
20
To be
bucks?
honest.
That's better than fucking Game Pass.
Yeah, $20 for a fucking year. Yeah.
That's better than fucking PlayStation. I mean, everything's better than PlayStation right now. Let's be real. Hashtag fuck Sony.
Sony is fucking...
Is Sony our new fucking punching bag?
Sony has become the punching bag, and it's literally because of their own decisions.
It's their own fault. Like, well, I don't know what they expect. I really don't know what they expect from it.
I want to put this into perspective, too. Nintendo's Direct announced a Lego Horizon Adventures game. You know, Horizon, the Sony franchise, was announced at a Nintendo Direct. Out of all the things Sony talked about, they didn't talk about a fucking Lego Horizon game with co-op? That literally would have been the best thing they could have announced at that.
That's fucking hysterical. Also, I apologize. I'm going to swap to a slightly lighter screen because I am looking real crispity right now. Hold on.
But aside from that,
There we
there's a
go.
few, like, stragglers that are kind of, like, that were announced at the Nintendo thing, but...
I mean, honestly,
Okay.
though, I'm kind of here with you. Like, those are absolute fucking W's. Like, and we judge Nintendo pretty fucking hard here on Trials of Casuals. Like,
'cause, like, they have a lot of somewhat questionable business practices. However,
somewhat, Danny.
somewhat questionable.
Somewhat. I'm gonna repeat that. Somewhat. Huh? Nani?
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one because it's kind of a niche franchise if people don't know about it. But if you know of the franchise Phantom Brave,
I have
They are,
zero idea what the fuck that is.
yeah, it's a very niche franchise, but a very dedicated community. That series is getting, I want to say that's a remaster. It could be a new game. Not entirely sure because it's a very niche franchise, but I heard some people get very excited about that. So it's interesting. A lot of franchises are getting love from Nintendo right now, and it's actually kind of nice. I'll give them some credit. They're actually like making new entries to series and also just not remaking but remastering classics.
Yeah, and you and I specifically have gone on a lot, and I mean a lot, about the difference between a remake and a remaster, and what it means for the communities when they receive them. Like it's insane. It's actually insane that for once we don't have to flame Nintendo for it. It feels so fucking weird.
They're just remastering these beloved games. Like the fucking Dragon Quest like these are technically remakes, but they're doing them in 2.5D. So they still have the sprite art. But it's the sprite art on this really well put together 3D environment. And it looks so good.
Well, it's kind of set up a lot like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, isn't it? Like, in a way.
Sort of. Like
it's obviously not like paper and it swap back and forth, but
also, like, the Dragon Quest remakes coming out right now is a great homage to Akira Toriyama.
also facts. Like, absolutely. And I'm wondering if they did it because of him, because of his passing.
They might have, because, like, all of the Dragon Quest games just have that. They have Toriyama's charm.
Yeah. And in all fairness, I will not flame them for doing this, because as a business, this is actually, I actually support Nintendo on this one, right? They released the remakes of the Dragon Quest series after his passing because they know that people will play them, but also they actually updated them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't just, hey, here's the old Dragon Quest, go play it on the Switch in its fucking 16-bit form.
Yep.
Like, I'm here for it. Like, they actually put effort in, and you know what? Nintendo deserves a little bit of respect. I'm here for it.
The best part about it, too, on top of that, they had the creator of the series explain this. They're releasing the remake of 3 first, and then they're doing 1 and 2 as a collection together. The reason why 3 is a prequel. So they're doing them in chronological order.
I always forget that 3's the fucking prequel.
So they're literally doing them in chronological order.
Hey, you know what? I fuck with it. I'm here for it.
Because they want people to play the story in order.
Hey, you know what?
I'm here for that.
Nintendo W.
Yeah. Honestly, like, Nintendo brought their A game. Microsoft's was okay. It was pretty solid. There were some ones in there, but overall, not terrible. Sony could have cut the entire first half of theirs off, and it would have been an infinitely...
Yeah.
They spent 15 minutes talking about a hero shooter that's dead on arrival.
Yeah. Nope, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, Danny, now we have to start going into the bad news.
And oh god, it's bad.
Yeah, that is like, if the Nintendo Direct was like the shining beacon at the beginning of the week, the past 3 to 4 days has been absolute hell on earth.
I want to start with the smaller one, which is not as bad, and it's kind of like a positive in the long term, because I know I mentioned this lightly, that Bungie was suing someone for false copyright claims on YouTube.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So, there was a channel on YouTube. I believe by the name of Lord Nazo. Bungie is suing them for $7.6 million for fake DMCA claims.
What the fuck?
Because this is a quote. They want to make an example of them.
My question is, what the fuck did this dude do?
So, the lawsuit addresses that Lord Nazo used the copyright claim system to take down 96, to issue 96 takedowns, citing the Copyright Act, including videos posted by Bife and Astacross. And including as well Bungie's own YouTube account.
What the fuck?
So, due to the egregious level of the exploiting of the system, Bungie is suing him for a lot.
You know, I can understand why you said that this is kind of a positive too, because this also just shows how fucking dogshit YouTube's DMCA fucking algorithm setup is.
Yeah, so like, best case scenario from that lawsuit is YouTube is forced to actually start manually reviewing copyright claims.
Uh-huh.
Or at least look into them a bit more, because this is a pretty sizable lawsuit.
Yeah, how much did you say? 7.6 mil?
7.6. So, the person responsible for this is absolutely fucked. They're fucked. Like, I don't think anything they have could hold up in court.
No. Oh, no. No, they're so fucked.
But this also kind of, in a loose sense, falls back on YouTube.
Oh,
when it was
1,000%.
exploited for so long, because reading into it a little bit more, these started happening in 2021, and they ran for a few years. It hit parts of videos that were uploaded in as part of like the Taken King soundtrack. Part of that was hit with some of these false claims. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can understand Bungie not being happy about that.
But the end of this is the suit seeks at least $7.6 million or $150,000 for each of the 51 instances. So, yeah.
Damn, Bungie employees about to get that nice pizza party after all.
I mean, they've been cooking.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I just think the whole fucking situation is fucking ridiculous.
The fact that it went on for so many years without, like, YouTube being like, wait a second, why is Bungie copyright claiming their own video? Wait a second.
Yeah, that
It's
doesn't make any goddamn sense.
So it kind of falls back a little bit on YouTube for not, like, checking those a little bit more.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I wholeheartedly agree.
Hopefully, that ends up with YouTube checking those a little bit more. Will it? Probably not.
Probably not.
We can hope, though. That was the only other, like, slightly positive thing from this week.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and let you start the start off the bad news.
So this one's kind of a hot topic right now, given that I believe this information was literally dropped like yesterday. Literally yesterday. A fairly high up person at Twitch dropped the bombshell implying that a certain very large streamer that got banned from the platform was terminated because of, and this is reading from the tweet from said higher up, was caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did not take people very long to connect the dots that they were talking about the doc.
Yeah. And for those of you that have been living under a fucking rock for the past 5 years, the doc refers to Dr. Disrespect. He was one of the largest fucking Twitch streamers on the platform. So...
And this is it's pretty serious thing for somebody to drop.
Yeah. And now, of all time, by the way, to drop it is incredibly fucking wild to me.
Yeah, like, a lot of the discussion around it is like, why did they not, like, drop this information immediately after the termination? And the best guess that a lot of people have come up with is that both sides were under NDA.
Mm-hmm.
Which is highly likely, because a contract of that size for someone that has a channel that large on Twitch is probably pretty heavy in legality. But this is pretty serious to drop right now. Considering I think currently he has a fairly sizable contract with YouTube.
Yeah. No, it's... Oh, I don't really know how to go about this, because the whole situation is...
Like, it's fresh. There's not a whole lot out on this yet, but that's a pretty damn serious accusation.
Yeah, like... And I'm all for people getting called out, because I have said this for years. I want to spectate drama, not participate in drama.
100%.
Like... Yeah, no, I'm not going to take your side, but I'm certainly going to sit there with a bucket of popcorn and I'm going to fucking watch y'all duke it out.
Yeah, it's like, literally a little while back, it's like how I was sitting there, like, watching the back and forth between fucking Drake and Kendrick.
Which, by the way, off topic, Kendrick fucking murdered that dude.
Jesus Christ. Did you see the live concert?
I saw the fact that Kendrick performed Not Like Us 5 fucking times, and he literally had Drake come out saying, "Psst, I see dead people." Like, brother!
He had Dre come out and do that, and then toward the end, he got the whole fucking crew up there.
Oh yeah, the fifth,
out.
Yeah, the 5th time, the fans basically just stormed the stage.
Fucking God.
Like, Kendrick actually fucking ended Drake's career.
I have never seen somebody get bodied that bad in... Actually, it's been years.
Let's see, hold on. If we go back to recent disses, the most recent major one would have been the... So, there's 2 that have recently come up to mind. There's the Game dissing Eminem, which, in my opinion, was a fucking mistake on Game's part, because he's an idiot.
Stupid.
Yeah, that was literally just clout chasing. And then there was the MGK versus Eminem.
Also stupid.
And Eminem fucking destroyed MGK so hard he changed genres.
Like, you know you fucked up when you have to change genres.
Yeah. I mean, talk about diss tracks. I mean, here's my problem is that I can't rate Kendrick's diss tracks as like a singular one because they each cover different topics, right? Like, Josh Johnson said it best. How the fuck you gonna make a song called Not Like Us, make a diss track so hard and yet so fucking catchy that you can play it in the club?
That's the best part about Kendrick. They literally said, no, you can't make a club classic. He made a fucking diss track into a fucking club classic.
That man quite literally put mustard on the beat. Like, the fuck you mean?
Fucking god damn.
Yeah, no. Well, and here's the thing is that as phenomenal as Not Like Us is, I actually really fucking love Meet the Grams.
That one goes so hard.
Meet the Grams is... So, I don't know how familiar you are with diss tracks, Danny.
A little bit.
So, there is a diss track called Ether by the artist Nas. And in that diss track, at the beginning of the song, all you hear is gunshots and a triple beat, bump, 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 Buck Jay-Z, right off the rip. Like, please, Danny, go listen to the song Ether, E-T-H-E-R, by Nas, later. I have not seen anything so disrespectful like Meet the Grams since Ether. Because Ether... No. Nas literally fucking destroys Jay-Z in that song. Absolutely demolishes him. Like, Ether is, in my opinion, one of, if not, the single best diss track ever created. And yes, I get it. This is not gaming news. However, guess what? Congratulations. This is our podcast. Suck my dick.
Yeah, it's like, to be fair, this is a little bit easier to talk about than the topic at hand.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's go Danny, go listen to Ether after this. It's
I'll have to, because I had to listen to literally like every track between Drake and Kendrick, and
every single one of Drake's
Euphoria.
Every single one of Drake's fucking songs was mid. Like, every single...
It really kind of was.
Like, he had, like, one line in every song that went really hard, and the rest of the song was mad mid. And I'm like, how the fuck you gonna make a diss track that's mid? Like...
He also kind of, like... There's a few lines in some of them, it's just like... I heard what he was saying, I'm like... Kendrick is gonna body you for saying that.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. Kendrick neutered him. Actually cut off his balls and was like, congratulations, take this L. Like
what, I forget who it was I heard say this, but like, fucking, they just said that, like, Drake woke the demon. Absolutely did.
Actually, I take that back. Not Like Us, there's one other song that is just as vile as Not Like Us and Ether by Nas. And that is the Mariah Carey diss track by Eminem.
Yeah.
Because diss track is so fucking awful. Oh my god. Not awful as in like, and I should clarify this. Not awful as in bad. I mean, the things Eminem says in that song is so disrespectful. Because not only did he clap Mariah Carey, he clapped Nick Cannon. Which started the whole thing to begin with. And Nick Cannon never recovered.
No, I mean, like...
He never recovered. Not a single fucking time.
Shady.
He's still getting made fun of for it. Nick Cannon is still getting made fun of for it.
Like, The other way that I've heard this described is like someone dead ass said that like Drake is the next Ja Rule. I was like, God, God damn.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's well, and it's crazy because people shit on J. Cole about making a public apology about 7 Minute Drill, and I'm like,
Cole was smart.
that man made the smartest move of his career. He said, "Nah, fam, that's my B. This was a dog shit song. It should have never been made. I apologize."
It's like, this is my mistake.
Yeah,
I have no problem with you. I'm gonna back away.
yeah,
Gonna
yeah.
enjoy my life. He knew what was coming.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Like, he knew, like, J. Cole, like, 2 days after was like, I should know not to fuck with Kendrick. I know not to fuck with this man.
He had that moment of clarity. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. You know, I was a little drunk. I probably should not have done that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
1,000%.
back away.
1,000%. I was a little too high on the tree. Should probably not have been up at the fucking palm tree. Should not have been grabbing fucking coconuts. Like, I should definitely not have been up there. That's my B. But yeah, no. All right. We've ranted about the fucking
Yeah.
about the Kendrick fucking Drake beef. We got to get back to hand. Back to gaming, actual gaming news. How did we even get on the tangent to begin with?
The whole what? It's just like every single reply to the dropping of this reason why Doc got banned from Twitch. Every second reply is the A minor clip from Not Like Us.
Yeah. Well, it's because it reminds me a lot of, and I think this actually happened last week or the week before. Would I call him a relatively large Twitch streamer? I guess to a certain extent. There's a Twitch streamer that plays League of Legends by the name of Hashinshin, who officially said he's retiring from League. Now, if he's actually retiring from League, cool. Fuck him. Like, he had a lot of, how do I put it? There's a reason why there's Jax pedo jokes now. Jax is a character in League. Because Hashinshin used to be a Jax and I think new Aatrox one trick. And Hashinshin got caught texting minors. A lot. So, and there was a whole thing about it. It was not good. And that's where that whole meme came from. Is because of Hashinshin. And it reminds me a lot of that situation of like, your career's basically over. Now, Doc is a little different because Doc is like way fucking bigger than Hashinshin. So
Yeah. But those kind of accusations, if they're not disproven, that's a career ender.
yeah, no, 1,000%, 1,000%. And Doc responded, which he in all fairness to him, he did the correct response. House, go, get in your house, go. Narnia, I know it's hot. I'm sorry, babies. Stating, because the big thing is that Doc responded. Actually, hold on, Danny, can you send me the Doc's? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna look it up myself.
Yeah, he responded to. I think he responded to Jake Lucky,
Yeah, hold on.
which his response kind of comes off a little bit as deflecting because he didn't actually really deny anything in that. He just said that there was no wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract.
Yeah, because, and this is the tweet. It says, Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I just need to say what I can say since this is the fucking internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal. No wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. Oof, that is not the correct
That's
response.
no. That's
Like, I
you,
get
you
him
can't
not being able to
deflect
say
him.
shit because of the settlement, but also, that is definitely not the correct response to say.
It don't look good.
Yeah.
Like even as a PR response, it does not sit well. Uh, the follow up after that from the higher up at Twitch that dropped this, the follow up after the info drop was no one made the wrong decision. Fuck him and his boys.
Yeah, I saw that.
That like there's some venom in this.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. The whole situation is just.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, and also there's other streamers and content creators that are also defending Doc. And this is and this is I think the last major rant that I'm going to go on for the night, Danny, and I think you'll also want to input in on this. Is I have been losing a lot of respect for Nick Mercs recently.
Oh yeah, no, he said some foul shit.
Yeah, like not only is he siding with Dr. Disrespect, he has also been basically alienating trans kids.
Oh yeah, no, he is mega like transphobic and homophobic.
Yeah. And I'm like, brother.
It's why like fucking Call of Duty cut ties with him.
Yeah. Like he's it's because the shit with the trans kids and big homophobe and whatnot like that happened like several months ago when that first came out, and then recently he said something else about it, and he went on a big rant on his stream. I just remember seeing clips, and it was just I'm like just awful, just fucking awful, like just
Sometimes you listen to some things that people say and you're just like, God damn, how?
like how
Where did that come from?
yeah, like and here's the dumb part, right, that I absolutely cannot stand is that there are too many fucking fanboys that are still siding with them.
Yeah, it's just like something this big comes out, like the correct course of action is to be like, okay, get to the bottom of this. Like, where is the proof? Where is the end point here? What happened?
Yeah, well, and I mean, and it's been happening a lot, especially in the past 2 years, because the big one that caught me the first time was Aiden Ross, because Aiden Ross is not only is he a fucking idiot, he's just a genuine asshole.
Oh yeah, no. Like the common sentiment that I've heard from most people is just say he's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, and the crazy part is that like that's most of like the big streamers on Kick. Now there may be some that are better, but like dude.
Like literally, like I think a month ago there was a thing that someone posted that there was a fairly sizable Kick streamer that got banned from a convention because they were harassing cosplayers
Yeah, like
inappropriately.
yeah, you don't fucking do that. Like brother, I don't know how many times we have to say this. Don't fucking talk to people that are fucking under 18.
Eh,
Like
like
it's It's really not that hard. Like, the exception is like if you're already dating someone and you turned 18 and they're like 16, 17, okay. Like, it's the Romeo Juliet law. There's a reason why that law exists. Right?
Like, just
But like,
the sheer number of like some of what a lot of people would consider like the OG streamers recently like popping up in these situations a lot is like, well,
this is not a good look for the gaming
concerning.
community, man.
It's really not. It's even worse for like, because like they've been doing content creation for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like they're literally showing up as reflections of Hollywood right now.
Oh my god, I didn't think about it, but yeah. No, you're right.
It's like, because the amount of like the older actors and directors and studio heads in Hollywood that have been outed for the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's raised a whole lot of questions everywhere.
Yeah. No. 1,000%. 1,000%. And it's just the whole situation is just omega fucked.
Yep.
I'm just like, oh my fucking god, man. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Cause like out of all the news to come out this week, like fucking god.
Yeah. Like, and here's the crazy part, right? And I'll say my piece on this is there is news that Danny and I had to cut out because of how foul this week has been.
Yeah.
Like,
'cause, like
we could not bring ourselves to talk about it on the video tonight because it's just like, nope, nope,
it's
not
like,
happening.
That's way too personal of a topic.
Yeah.
And it's also something that I'm pretty sure like YouTube might have some issues with.
Oh yeah. Well, YouTube, Twitch won't care. Twitch doesn't fucking care. But yeah, no, it's wild. Do you have any other topics, Danny? Because technically, I do have one more. That's like semi good.
No, you can go ahead. We can end on a semi good topic.
Well, Kai Cenat, Twitch streamer, has officially beat his second boss on Elden Ring.
I've been laughing so hard. People have been review bombing the DLC.
Which is wild to me because, like, you do realize this is a Soulsborne game, right? Like,
And here's the funniest thing. The common complaint is I'm at in-game level and I'm getting one shot by the bosses I'm running into. There's items you can pick up in the DLC that reduce the damage you take and increase the damage you do.
yeah, like,
They stack.
also, as a reminder, it's still a fucking Soulsborne game.
They
It's-
want you to explore.
It's-
Find stuff.
It's not meant to be easy!
Like, I forget because we had another instance of a game reviewer rating the game low because it was too hard. It's like, that's the point.
That's the
It's
point.
a FromSoft game.
Yeah, like, that's the whole point. And I thought the Kai Cenat thing was really cool because watching him rage and, like, die over and over and over again to the different bosses was so fucking funny to me. But it's
Yeah,
like
Elden Ring is on a different level. That game is
wild. Yeah, no, 1,000%. And it's like, yeah, don't bitch about a game being hard when the whole point of the game is being hard.
Yeah, it's like, and this one, like, the fact that it is an open world game on top of that adds to the difficulty because, like, you're not guided to where you're supposed to go in order. Literally, the first boss that it takes you to is, like, I think level 30 something?
Yeah. Like,
So,
you can also choose to just not fight the bosses until you have the items.
yeah, like, you can go super level and be good.
Yeah, or you can whine like a little bitch.
Or you can just use a magic build and laugh at most things in the game.
But yeah, no. So I guess that's the piece that we'll end on is Kai Cenat managed to beat his second boss in his Elden Ring stream, which has been going on for like a while now. He's doing like a 100 plus hour stream.
Elden Ring is a big game.
It's a very big game. So, but yeah, no. So yeah, this week has like fucking sucked.
Yeah. We started off with some really good stuff this week, and then
It was downhill from there.
it
was downhill on a bike with with no brakes.
Yep. And fucking landfill at the bottom of the hill.
Yep. It was not good. So, with that being said, Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at CatBoxDanny.
I couldn't think of a better fucking segue. I'm sorry.
No, there's really not. I mean, really, there's not. This week was
rough.
So downhill so fast.
Yeah, it's been a very rough week. You can find me on Twitter at DominiteFox1 or on Twitch/YouTube at DominiteFox. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweatlord. We'll see you guys next time.